Bruce Mitchell, Pro Wrestling Torch. We talked about All Elite Wrestling, AEW. Let's talk about how does this, it's going to affect a lot of different organizations, independent groups, wrestlers everywhere. How does it affect Ring of Honor? Because they seem to be knocked back a little bit by this. How are they going to recover? They got that Madison Square Garden show coming up. How does it affect the ROH in the months to come?
Well, it's been really interesting. I do want to take a second to thank our sponsors at Lost Dimension for all these years.
For all those years really past. They're rebuilding the building, too. Harold knocked it down. They're building it back.
They're building it back. Oh, see, we're coming back here too. One of the things with Ring of Honor was they're owned by Sinclair Television, which is one of the biggest television networks in the country and has lots of money if they want to spend it. And they haven't really. They've looked at their pro wrestling as kind of a niche and spent a lot of money on it, and they've been okay. They've been happy with being small fish in a small pond kind of thing. But they in the last year or two they really relied on Cody Rhodes and the Young Bucks, particularly Young Bucks, to draw for them and to be in their main events, and then buttressed by New Japan Pro Wrestling, and so were they going to be able to adjust to the Bucks and Cody Rhodes and Page leaving and Adam Page leaving and all that, and so no one knew how they would go, but they turned around pretty quickly in a market where a lot of these guys are being bid on, and signed PCO and signed Bandito and signed some more guys
Brody
that
King
really make sense. Brody King and have gotten there, and Juice Robinson, who I think really has that mainstream star appeal, or at least can develop into that, has the look, can wrestle, has the it factor, all that.
And if Flip Gordon can stay healthy, he's another promising product.
Yeah, that was really sad Sunday night. I mean, he was just wrestling and then his knee just gave out. He wasn't doing anything particular.
So he's got to be out at least 6 to 9 months, you would think.
I mean, I haven't heard a time on it, but I mean, I was there watching him at the show, and there was, when you just collapse and fall down and fall out of the ring, and they have to carry you out. That's usually not a good sign.
What about guys like I Am Matt Taven? I've heard that a lot lately. I Am Matt Taven. There's nobody else but Matt Taven. Is he a guy who can do some work to carry that?
Yeah, they've been building him up and working on, working with him. They've got him challenging Jay Lethal, their heavyweight champion, and he's going to get his chance. And I think that it seems as if Ring of Honor, and they've been able to strengthen their relationship with New Japan Pro Wrestling. Japanese promotions many times, once they enter into that relationship, a business relationship with you, and you keep up with your end of the bargain, they're more loyal to you. It's interesting that they, right now, there's been talk of working with All Elite, and it's expected Chris Jericho will go back to New Japan. He's allowed to do that with his contract, but whether the All Elite guys whether New Japan will want to work with All Elite. All Elite wants to work in New Japan for sure, and wants to get talent back and forth. But there's all kinds of parts to that.
Well, All Elite's already talking about Chinese wrestling. I never heard that before. This Chinese Elite wrestling. Never heard those guys.
Yeah, that's a coup. I mean, we'll see. That a lot of people hadn't, and we'll see how that fits in. But it's supposed to be very entertainment oriented, very crazy to watch. But any business that can get a foot in the door in China, in that market, billions of people, and it's a lot harder to do that than for entertainment companies and for companies companies outside of China to do that. But if you can do that, there's a lot of money there, and so that part of it is interesting too. But Ring of Honor, so far has stepped up to the increased competition between wrestling companies, and I attended the honor show in Ring of Honor Sunday night with Bryant Williams of Katie Vick is Alive and of the
so Britt Whitmore combination.
Exactly. And so those guys and it was a solid show that seemed like it was turning a page.
What was the turnout like? Good crowd?
About the same that they've done. 700 people is what I understand. So a little bit less, a little bit more. And they do need to, that's another thing, is be able to go to house shows. And they do a good job with fans, interaction with fans, and selling fans T-shirts and selling fans, meet and greet photo opportunities and all that stuff. But
They got 3 big shows planned for Texas. They got to make sure they do well at those shows. That's coming up soon.
And then, Lord have mercy, I mean, there's New Japan Pro Wrestling, who just came into California, now coming to Charlotte in a month, and we'll see how that, how that does. I expect it'll do really well because it's such a, number one, it's such a high quality wrestling, and number two.
Do we have some crossovers there? Some American wrestlers be on those cards too?
Seems like every show I go to these days. John Schuyler's on at the Southern Savior. I expect to see him on the show, and I expect to see some local talents. I don't know which ones, but to beef up who they bring from Japan and who they bring, and even the American wrestlers who work in Japan. And there's going to be 2 different shows in the United States that night, one in Charlotte, and I forget where the other one is. So the talent's going to be split. We'll see who goes where, but I expect that I expect it'll be people enjoy those live New Japan shows.
A lot of action nonstop, right?
Sooner or later I'll be in Japan to see them. I've come close the last couple of years, but it's kind of tough to get out for and work as a school teacher too for Wrestle Kingdom. But sooner or later it's going to happen.
So that Ring of Honor show for Madison Square Garden, did those tickets go on sale already? And they did go on sale. They went on sale while the Young Bucks and the guys were still there. They sold it pretty much.
But the expectation was that those guys.
Exactly. I sold those tickets before those guys left, which is a pretty smart move on Ring of Honor's part.
Well, I mean, I guess so. No one knew where all it was expected. I think at the time it pretty much was expected they'd be there.
Yeah.
But it was also known that the contracts are coming up and it was going to be a jump ball situation. So I don't think anybody who's bought those tickets feels buyer's remorse about it. I mean, they're going to see the top New Japan wrestlers. They're going to see the top Ring of Honor wrestlers, and it's Madison friggin' Square Garden. They're going to be excited. They're going to be, this is good. This is bucket list stuff. I don't know if the term bucket list is in Japan, but it certainly is these top wrestlers in the world that are better workers, at a higher level than anybody.
What have we got?
They're going to want to put their best out there.
What about this guy like Billy Ray? Is Billy Ray going to be there? You think he's still going to be there?
I mean, he's part of Ring of Honor, so
I hadn't seen him on TV the past few weeks. I know he was big there for a couple of months.
He was, he was there to be that heel, and he was. I think probably he knows and they know that you don't want to go. You want to keep him out there all the time. You want to have his program and get somebody over with him, and then kind of hold back and get. I would not be surprised to see him as a part of that. Assuming I'm not even up to date on where he is in his contract with Ring of Honor, but I assume that's definitely a possibility.
So you probably see Ring of Honor. They will be stabilizing themselves, and they probably will survive at least for the next few months. They're okay.
Well, I mean, yeah, I think so. I think that they've showed. I thought that the deal with them would be they needed to step up, or they were going to go back down, and there's not that much room for them to go down. So because they either had to, they have fans that are their base of fans is used to a certain level of talent, and if they didn't match that, if they kind of stayed with a pat hand and didn't make any more moves, as good as the Briscoes are, and they were good, and Silas Young and those guys, they were good Sunday night. As good as those guys were, they've been around for a long time.
Sure have.
And Jay Lethal too. It's like Jay Lethal's a very good wrestler, but he's not someone that moves the needle as far as money goes. And so, he's been in that championship role before, so they've got some things to move forward and to do differently as they go. So again, this is my phrase for this year so far. We'll see.
That match with the Young Bucks and the Briscoes, I think back in April of 2018, I saw that match on the best of the Ring of Honor show the past couple weekends. One of the best tag team matches I saw this year. Did you see that one? Do you agree?
Yeah, I do. There was a lot of great wrestling this year. This is, as far as like in the ring, the last couple of years has been amazing. I mean, it's been more great matches, that you can find and keep up with and all that than I think in any other time. What hasn't been matched is the ability of them to play those characters that draw people to come to the shows. A lot of these places are successful. New Japan has had a 20% rise in their business for the past 6 years, and they really are very successful. But the star that can have those great matches and break out to the general public more than just matches and cut those promos that get your get the back of your neck, the hair on the back of your neck stand up. They're going to make a lot of money for some wrestling promotions, and they're going to make a lot of money for themselves. The opportunity is there.
What about a guy like Johnny Impact? You see Johnny Impact maybe spreading himself out and going to these organizations. He's got a lot of the talent that we talk about here. What about him?
Very talented guy. Has a lot, of course, and is contracted to TNA, is contracted to Lucha Underground, as far as how that's going, but still, getting paid that way and just coming off a Survivor. So he's sitting in a good-looking guy that's sitting, a lot of experience, but hasn't hit that peak yet athletically, you'd think. So I think he's another guy that's in. If you're in positions like that guy is, it's a buyer's market, not a buyer's market, it's a seller's market now. So he's right there, even if he doesn't like CrossFit. That's what he got all over me about doing CrossFit a couple of years ago. So.
Time to take a quick short break. Bruce Mitchell, Pro Wrestling Torch returns after this. Stay with us.